And now the importance of nikah and talaq. In Islam, as we know, to do the nikah, it is one of the biggest sunnah and the most beloved act to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the one act that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is lawful in the deen of Islam, but Allah does not like, is the act of talaq, divorce in Islam. Now many of the community, they live under the false impression that the divorce is only valid if you give talaq 3 times in a row. Whilst in Islam, and if you take a look at the rulings of Islam, it is very different to our understanding. In Islam, if the man with intention has given talaq once, his talaq is done. If a man gives talaq twice, the talaq is done. And if a man gives talaq 3 times in a row, then the talaq is also done. In the first instance where he has given talaq, and if he has only given it once, then he is allowed to do ruju', he is allowed to take back the talaq. He must look at his wife with the sight of love, and automatically they are back into their nikah. But if a man gives 2 talaqs in a row, then he is to conduct a nikah again with his wife, and then they are able to go back under one nikah. And if a man gives talaq 3 times, then the woman is to go ahead and get married to another individual. They must consummate the marriage, and then happily and willingly they have to then divorce. This cannot be forced upon them. There is a very ruined tradition in our community where people get paid to do something called a halal. That is against the folds of Islam. Do not do this. Men are responsible for their women. Men are responsible for the ladies and the sisters that they marry. So before you give those 3 talaq, then you must be very cautious about what words are leaving your body, the words that you are speaking. Because once you give 3 talaq, then she can only remarry you once she has married another individual. Very recently we had a situation where we were having a discussion with the elderly gentleman, and he makes mention to me that he recalls a moment in his life when he was very young where he told his wife that if you go to your parents' house today, then I give you talaq. And he said those 3 times. He says talaq, 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 out of anger because he had frustration and they were in a heated argument. And then later the situation came about where there was a circumstance that she had to go to her parents' house. So he says that then I reconnected with her and I told her that I'm sorry for the anger that I showed to you. And then it came to him. He says, Maulana, what about my nikah? Maulana, this was happened when I was very young. And I asked him, did you have children at the time? He says, no. We only started having children 2 years later. I said, and how many years have you been living with your wife? He says, we have been married for over 50 years. I said that because you told her that if you go to your parents' house, I give you talaq, 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 you were already divorced when she went to her parents' house. And all the children that you had with her and every night that you spent with her in your room,